Is Jesus coming soon? As believers, we often find ourselves pondering the question, is Jesus coming soon? This question delves into the depths of biblical prophecy, the signs of Jesus' return, and the rich discussion centered around faith. It is a topic that ignites hope, anticipation, and a longing for the fulfillment of God's promises. In our exploration, we will delve into the meaning of soon in the Bible, understanding the Greek word tashu, which emphasizes that events are set in motion without unnecessary delay. We will examine the concept of the imminence of Jesus' return, the signs and prophecies that signal his coming, and the certainties that assure us of his imminent arrival. Join us as we uncover the spiritual insights and dive into the hopeful future that awaits those who eagerly await the second coming of Jesus. Together, we will embrace the urgency of the times and live in expectation and readiness for his glorious return. Table of Contents. Key takeaways. Who is Jesus in the Bible? Is Jesus coming soon? The meaning of soon in the Bible. The imminence of Jesus' return, living in readiness and anticipation. Signs and prophecies of Jesus' return. The signs and prophecies of Jesus' return, living in readiness. The certainty of Jesus' return. The certainty of Jesus' return. Key points: living in expectation and readiness. Spiritual insights for a hopeful future. The divine perspective and timing. Divine timing in biblical examples table. Divine perspective and God's timing. The urgency of the times, hope and encouragement in the promises of Jesus' return. Conclusion. Fact. What is the meaning of soon in the Bible? Is Jesus' return imminent? What signs and prophecies indicate Jesus' return? How certain is Jesus' return? How should believers live in expectation and readiness? What spiritual insights can we gain for the future? What is the divine perspective on timing? Why is there a sense of urgency in the times we live in? How can believers find hope and encouragement in the promise of Jesus' return? Source links: Best Bible Encyclopedias and Dictionaries. Author. Key takeaways: understanding the biblical concept of soon in relation to Jesus' return, exploring the imminence of Jesus' return and its significance for believers, examining the signs and prophecies that point to Jesus' imminent arrival, living in expectation and readiness, embracing the urgency of the times, finding hope and encouragement in the promises of Jesus' return. Who was Jesus in the Bible? Is Jesus coming soon? Set of simple bullet points about Jesus' return. Jesus is coming soon. The return of Christ is near. End times prophecy is being fulfilled. Jesus is the only way to be saved. It's no secret that many people are wondering if Jesus is coming soon. With all the turmoil and chaos in the world, it's natural to think that the end could be near. And while we can't know the exact day or hour of his return, there are definitely signs that point to his coming soon. The return of Christ is spoken of throughout the Bible. In Matthew 24:36-44, Jesus himself speaks of his return and the signs that will precede it. He says that there will be wars and rumors of wars, famines and earthquakes, and while these things have always happened, they are happening more and more frequently and with greater intensity. This is just one indication that his return is near. Another sign that Jesus is coming soon is the fulfillment of end times prophecy. There are many prophecies in the Bible that have been fulfilled in our lifetime, such as the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948 and the reunification of Jerusalem in 1967. And as we see more and more prophecy being fulfilled, we can be confident that Jesus is coming soon. The most important sign that Jesus is coming soon is the state of the world today. Jesus said that in the last days, lawlessness would abound and love would grow cold. And that's exactly what we see happening all around us. People are becoming increasingly selfish and self-centered, and there is a growing hostility toward anything that has to do with Christianity. This is a sure sign that Jesus is coming soon. So what does this all mean for us? First and foremost, it means that we need to be prepared. Jesus is coming soon, and he is coming to judge the world. Those who have not put their faith in him will be condemned to eternal punishment. But those who have put their faith in him will be saved and will spend eternity with him in paradise. If you haven't done so already, now is the time to put your faith in Jesus Christ. He is the only way to be saved from God's wrath. Don't wait until it's too late. Jesus is coming soon. The meaning of soon in the Bible. The concept of soon in relation to Jesus' return is a significant topic of discussion among believers. To understand its meaning, we turn to the Greek word tashu, which is translated as soon or quickly in the Bible. Tashu carries the connotation of without unnecessary delay, indicating that events are in motion to usher in his arrival. It signifies that God's timetable is at work and his plan is advancing according to his perfect timing. Throughout the book of Revelation, Jesus uses the word tashu to emphasize the fulfillment of prophecies and the progression of God's plan. This word is not meant to denote immediate or sudden arrival, but rather to convey that his coming will not be delayed unnecessarily. It underscores the idea that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating events to align with his divine purposes. Greek word translation meaning to choose soon without unnecessary delay. As believers, we must recognize that God operates on a different timescale than we do. His perspective is eternal, and with him, 1,000 years is as a day. Just as a day can feel long to us, the fulfillment of God's promises may seem delayed in human terms. However, we can trust that His timing is perfect and that His plans will come to pass. Therefore, when we encounter the word soon in the Bible, we should not interpret it as an exact measure of time but rather as an assurance that God's promises are true and that His plan is in motion. It calls us to remain faithful, to live with expectancy, and to align our lives with God's purposes, knowing that His return is drawing near. The imminence of Jesus' return. The Bible teaches that the return of Jesus for His church is imminent. The concept of imminence means that it could happen at any moment, without any specific signs or events preceding it. The apostles themselves believed in the imminence of Jesus' return, often referring to the last days and urging believers to be ready. The exact timing of the rapture and Jesus' return is unknown, and no one can predict when it will happen. This emphasizes the need for believers to live in readiness and anticipation of His coming. Living in the imminence of Jesus' return is about maintaining a constant state of expectation and preparedness. It encourages believers to prioritize their relationship with Jesus, ensuring that they are walking in faith and obedience. It also calls for a conscious awareness of the signs of the times, without seeking to set specific dates or predict the exact sequence of events. Instead, believers are called to trust in God's perfect timing and remain steadfast in their commitment to it. Living in readiness and anticipation, developing a personal relationship with Jesus, walking in faith and obedience, staying informed about biblical prophecies, remaining vigilant in prayer and spiritual growth. Therefore, stay awake, for you do not know on what day your Lord is coming. Matthew 24:42. Living in readiness and anticipation of Jesus' return is a call to action. It requires believers to align their lives with the teachings of the Bible and to continually seek personal growth and transformation. The imminence of Jesus' return serves as a powerful reminder of the eternal hope that believers have in Him and motivates them to live in a way that brings honor and glory to God. Second coming date. Signs and prophecies of Jesus' return. The Bible contains various signs and prophecies that indicate the return of Jesus. While the exact timing is unknown, these signs serve as reminders of His ultimate return. One prominent sign mentioned in Revelation is a cashless society, where buying and selling is tied to a mark on the hand or forehead. This aligns with the advancements in technology and the potential use of computer chips for identification. Additionally, the state of the world, characterized by increasing selfishness, disobedience, and unholiness, aligns with the warning given by the apostles about the last days. These signs and prophecies serve as reminders that Jesus' return is drawing near. The signs and prophecies of Jesus' return. Signs prophecies. A cashless society. Revelation 13:16-17. Increasing selfishness, disobedience, and unholiness. 2 Timothy 3:1-5. Natural disasters and wars. Matthew 24:6-7. The rise of false prophets. Matthew 24:11. These signs should not be interpreted as definite predictors of the exact timing of Jesus' return, but rather as reminders that His coming is near. They serve as warnings and call believers to live in readiness and anticipation of His return. As we see these signs unfolding in the world today, it is a powerful reminder that Jesus' return is drawing closer with each passing day. Living in readiness. Stay rooted in faith and prayer. Seek righteousness and holiness. Spread the message of hope and salvation. Be vigilant and discerning. Prepare spiritually and emotionally. While we cannot know the exact moment of Jesus' return, we are called to live in readiness, always anticipating and expecting His coming. The signs and prophecies in the Bible remind us to be faithful and to live with an eternal perspective. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus and eagerly await His glorious return. End of the world. The certainty of Jesus' return. The Bible provides concrete promises of Jesus' return. Revelation emphasizes 3 times that He is coming quickly, highlighting the certainty of His return. These promises assure believers that His return is not a distant myth but a sure reality. The language used, such as quickly and soon, emphasizes the urgency and immediacy of His coming. These promises should inspire believers to live in light of His return, knowing that the time is drawing near. Jesus Himself said, "Behold, I am coming quickly, and my reward is with me, to give to everyone according to his work." Revelation 22:12. This promise reminds us that Jesus will return to judge the living and the dead and reward each person based on their deeds. It is a reminder that our actions and choices in this life have eternal consequences. We can take comfort in knowing that our labor in the Lord is not in vain and that our faithfulness will be rewarded. The certainty of Jesus' return should motivate believers to live holy and dedicated lives. It should encourage us to persevere through trials and challenges, knowing that our sufferings are temporary and that a glorious future awaits us. The promises of Jesus' return remind us that this world is not our final home and that there is an eternal kingdom waiting for those who put their faith in it. The certainty of Jesus' return. Key points. The Bible provides concrete promises of Jesus' return, emphasizing the certainty of His coming. Jesus Himself declared that He is coming quickly, highlighting the urgency and immediacy of His return. These promises inspire believers to live in light of his return, knowing that the time is drawing near. Jesus' return will bring judgment and reward, reminding us of the importance of our actions and choices in this life. The certainty of Jesus' return motivates believers to live holy and dedicated lives, persevering through trials and challenges, living in expectation and readiness. In light of the certainty and imminence of Jesus' return, believers are called to live in expectation and readiness. This means not only professing faith in Jesus but also actively cultivating a personal relationship with him. It is a call to be born again through the Spirit of God, allowing his transformative power to work within us. This readiness involves surrendering our lives to Jesus as Savior and Lord, eagerly anticipating his return and living according to his teachings. Jesus himself emphasized the importance of living in expectation and readiness. Therefore you also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. Matthew 24:44. This exhortation reminds us that we cannot afford to be complacent or distracted by the things of this world. Instead,